Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 7th Women's Alliance Initiation meeting, moon meeting. We're meeting under the Capricorn full moon, which we met under the Capricorn full moon last time. Also, we have new microphones, and these are very sensitive. So they're more for your type of speaking, Alicia. You have that soft speaking. I have that boom voice, so I've got to try to watch myself. Forgive us if we bump
I can just speak
stuff.
normally.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a Capricorn full moon last month at step 1 degree, which is the heart chakra. And now we have a Capricorn full moon at step 29 degrees, which is the heart chakra. So I feel like whenever God doubles down, like God's the one that set the moon
Yes, right?
in place. So God's doubling down on it's time for us to love and embrace ourselves and to work on our self-love. And we'll probably continue that.
Love in general. Just work on love.
Yeah.
Spreading it, giving it, receiving it.
Being love.
Being love. It's the best kind.
One of my teachers, he says, be love, give love.
That's great. That's a great slogan. I'm going to use that
now. Yeah. So we are at the 7th part of our story. We have some people showing up, but they got their own stuff going on. But yeah, we're at the 7th part of our story. And for me, this is whenever it really gets hard. Like all the trauma stuff that we go through, I feel like it almost feels empowering to go through trauma stuff.
Because we come out it stronger on the other side. If you can withstand it.
Yeah.
We can make it through the obstacles. We're strong.
But this part of the story is like where she's pushing forward. She has no proof that it'll work. She has to keep going. And it's like you've already put in so much. And there's just no proof. You have to have faith.
Just that faith and keep moving on that with time, it will get better.
It's also the part of the story, though, that gets really exhilarating. Because you get that second wind, that second push forward where it's just like, I'm going to keep going anyway. Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's read the story and then we will go over a couple moves that we can use as women to keep our bodies active and healthy. Okay, 7, spin, spinning it. You must remember that when you spin, the fibers drafted through your fingers have a life of their own. They move for you like water or clouds, drifting. Your hands, the guide. They respond to the spin of the wheel. Its pull is a tide, each hair catching up its sister and brother in the whir, in that coiling S-twist. Spinning is like breathing the nettle fiber in and out through your fingers. You must remember that it is the spinning and not the weaving that is the nettle's dance. Flying from distaff to fingers to bobbin, dancing just like the sky around us through the year. Up in the sky where there is a constellation once called Orion, the hunter. But once you have spun, you will see why we call it Nain's distaff, and the night sky itself the wheel, as it spins through the seasons. And when the weather is fair, take your dancing distaff, your dancing spindle out to the meadow where the grass is starting to turn green all over, and then dance so that the spindle sways and the threads within you feel the wind. All the while, your hands never stop their gentle motions, their guidance. Your hands, two sides of the sky guiding the clouds. They are the sides of the creek bed guiding the water to the bay. So may you remember how to spin your yarns, plied with your own dreams, with the nettle strings of sorrows and strengths. A life is a thread spun from the distaff stars around the wheel of the earth. Your blood the spinning nettle thread until it is done, and you've woven back in again where the nettles reach their roots down and touch the bones of Nain. Nain made 7 skirts of nettle cord, 6 for the geese and 1 for herself, because she could not take it off once it was on, making her hips round and sway as she walked. Robin could not breathe when he seen her full grown with the string skirt at her waist and nothing else. He had to look away. She swayed now as she walked, and she would stay up late dancing into the moonlight. When Robin seen Nain dancing in the moonlight alone, it is said he felt an earthquake, but it was only his bones trembling with the passing of an old world, making room for the new. It is said that Robin left then because he seen she no longer needed his protection, because he could not watch any longer and not also reveal himself. It is said he went up into the trees and hardly ate with his longing for her until the day the snow geese came again. This time, when the geese returned, Nain left the creek bed to meet them. She walked to the edge of the bay so she could see the moon on the water. When they came skidding across, the water honking, she held out the skirts like flags, and one by one, as the geese paddled to the shore, Nain placed the skirts around their necks and onto their shoulders. The motion of their changing was as fluid as water, like a creek swelling in the rain. Their white bodies grew taller, becoming the form of 6 women, their feathers falling in the showers of white. They became 6 women whose hearts broke as they seen their new bodies that they had dreamed of, and yet they recognized their loss that they did not anticipate. The white-feathered mates that they would never meet again, the dozens of downy chicks, the inside of the clouds, all of which are gone from them now, seemingly forever. But then the sisters of Nain looked up into Nain's nettle green eyes, and they knew her, no longer with the cloudy knowledge of geese, but with the keen affection of women. And when they went to each other, hugging, crying, the sisters of Nain, knowing no world but only grunts and honks and using their arms like wings, they all began to undulate. They began to sway, to touch one another's arms, breasts, hips, and they began to laugh. For a night, the 7 women hooted and howled, spinning in circles, clapping their hands and stomping their feet as geese do. They cried for what they had lost. They reached for the clouds because they loved them, just like they loved the new bodies they now have. Nain did not understand their longing, but she reached up for the rain, and for her mother and father, who she would never see again, and for the gentleness of men and women to be restored to their hands. By dawn, Robin could stay away no longer. He built a fire in the mud, and only when the smoke of the fire began to waft did the 6 geese, women, and Nain turn. Fear went through them as it does a wild animal. Robin held up his hands and lowered his head, as he would with any wild creature. Looking away from his back, he produced a drum and sat down by the fire and began to beat it. The women crept near, and despite their fear of him, a man, when the world of human men they had known to be so cruel, the drumming made them sway, made them roll their arms and hips and dance again. Around the fire this time, under the sun as it rose. Nay, as she danced, felt she knew this man. There was a smell, and with it a memory of a rabbit pelt. A pill of bay nuts formed at the edge of her nettle camp. But she danced with her sisters, and for a time forgot. The dancing and the fire went on until dusk. The clouds began to thicken and darken throughout the day. And as the women raised their arms at sunset, hips swaying in circles, strings moving like rain, the water at last began to fall and did not stop. Drop by drop, it became a new rhythm that they danced to. When the ground was drenched and everyone else too, 13 does came to the dancing women as if from the rain clouds themselves. Clip, clop, clip, clop. 13 does came and laid their bodies down beside the fire as it guttered out. They laid themselves down and died with exhaustion, with thirst, and with relief. They came because at last the human people had remembered them, had remembered once again how to speak in the tongue of their land. Love.
With dance and music and love.
And I love how they bring the rain with their dancing and their unity, not with their death.
Yeah.
Their death only brought more drought. The cutting off of the woman only brings more drought. It's time for us to embrace our womanhood, to embrace our femininity, and to embrace one another as women. And it will
Absolutely. Bring love into it.
love into the world.
I like how they celebrated their loss with that too. And danced around with it.
Yeah. They acknowledged their loss.
But while they gained their new chapter and moved on with it.
A chapter they had worked hard on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, right?
Okay, so now let's do the movements. The heart-healthy movements. There's not a whole lot in each moon meeting, but if you combine every moon meeting movements, you get a good exercise.
The main point of this is get your heart going a little bit every day.
I guess we could just do it right there, huh?
Me too.
All right, let's start off with our womb breath. So bringing the inhaling, bringing the arms all the way up. Moving them down to the womb. And pull in as we exhale. Inhale love and light into our womb. And exhale, creating more space for more love and light. All right. So the first move today, the warm-up move, we're going to have our hands all the way together, because together for heart and love and at our heart. And then we'll just go from side to side, just to kind of warm up and get moving. From our heart with love always. And then we're going to shake it up in our mudra, still our 3 and 3, our lotus mudra. And we'll just shake it up, all the way up, and then shake it out. Shake it up and shake it out.
Okay. Hold on, I got this.
All right. And this last one with this outfit might be kind of difficult, but warrior, right? Love warrior. You can see Alicia's better. And then the other side, love warrior. So, all right. What do you think?
I think we got this.
Yeah. Simple little moves to help get moving. All right. So here we go. From the heart with love always. We shake it up. Shake it out. Shake it up. Shake it out. Right? Love warrior. All right. That's it for this moon meeting.
Yay!
Thank you so much for joining us, and like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one.